Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rustival 2. So we're starting off strong. This is an NSU RO80 or 80. I've never seen one of these in person before. Of course, the rotary engine, or one of the first road cars to have it. I can't remember if it was the very first, but certainly one of the first to have it. And blue interior, which we do like, and a very, very modern looking car for the late 60s, I think 67, 68, which was when this came out, but it looks almost 10 years newer than that. I think this just sums up the variety here. At Rustival we have a Metro, an Alfa GTV6, a Busso, a Citroen H van, I think these are, with the... It's either a camper conversion or a food truck or something, but it is a converted red Citroen H van. And then a Citroen SM, just casually parked here. And a Lancia, a modern Lancia, I think it's an Ypsilon, but I'm not sure. But yeah, a modern car, but still a fairly obscure modern car. And a Triumph, I don't know if this is a Dolomite or one of the Toledo 30. Actually, I think it is a Dolomite, because it's a W-Reg 81. I think by that point it was just the Dolomite. Then a Mercedes, a 124 convertible, I think C124. Very, very nice. And then a Seat Ibiza GTI. A shape of Ibiza that I do really quite like, and one that you just don't see anymore. And then a car that we never got in the UK, but that's now very much a cult classic, the Twingo, and then another earlier pre-facelift Twingo. Well, of course, I see a Starlet, I have to film it, and indeed, Rustival goes bananas with a monkey mascot in the Starlet. White wheels and the purple paint, and a Guinness logo on the dashboard. This is definitely animal mascot theme, but it's clearly a sporty number, although I think this is just a normal 1.3. Well, but it has a large exhaust on it though, at least. But yes, Rustival does indeed go bananas. So this one I'm having to do voiceover because of copyrighted music in the background, but this was a Datsun Cherry, with a late 1970s one, indeed the quote-unquote new Cherry with the leopard skin seats. And yeah, the story of that one was quite interesting indeed. And of course we have the stands and the stalls. So a trio of cars I need to film here. This is a second generation Stagia. This one I think was based on, or shared more with, the 350Z, whereas the first generation Stagia was based on the R34 Skyline platform. But these are still really cool, and beige leather interior. I know that Joseph Lloyd would be very happy. These are nice though, these are nice, like very thirsty but very cool. And then next to it, it's a cube with a Pokemon, that's Eevee, I think. Yes, that's the Pokemon. Don't know what that has to do with the cube, but I'm sure there's some reference. This one I think is a bit lowered. But yeah, this is a a third generation cube, but it's the second sort of version of the shape that everyone knows. Because there was actually a first generation cube, late 90s one that no one remembers. But yeah, this is the one that was actually sold in the UK. And unfortunately it wasn't a huge sales success, I think partially because it looked so odd. I mean, us Brits, we don't tend to buy the more quirky looking Japanese cars. But yeah, very funky indeed. And then next to it is something especially rare. Can you tell what it is yet? It is a Daewoo Espero. Very, very rare and CDI, so this is a posh model. It's got a sunroof, that's a plus in my book, and an Espero service manual folders in the back. That is fantastic. And sort of Nissan S13 200 SX style rear lights as well. It's a cool looking car, this. So a duo or two close to each other of very rare 80s wedgy Japanese goodness. We've got a and of which Furious Driving is currently doing his speech, so I shall let him carry on with it. Right, anyways, okay, good, he's not gone. Anyway, so this is a Nissan Pulsar Exa, which I think spawned the Exa Canopy, which had a sort of a kind of like a state soft top roof thing on the back of it. But check out those wheels, those are some of the coolest wheels I have ever seen on a car. I love that. But then equally a more humdrum car, but one that I love almost as much. It's the late 1980s Mazda 626 with four-wheel steering, which is, I think this is only the second one of these I've seen. The only other one of these I've seen was at Brooklands, I think last year. And I really like these cars, but I can't work out why. But there's just something about them that's just so right to me. And this one is in lovely condition as well. It's got sunroof, it's a manual, even says four-wheel steering on the steering wheel. They were very proud of the fact that it has four-wheel steering. So normally I'd be more interested in the E28 5 Series, but I'm actually more interested in this. You might just think this is a Peugeot 207, but all is not as it seems. Because this might be a clue. This is a Sao Paulo origin car, and if you go back here, you'll notice this is a pickup truck. I did not know this existed, but yeah, Peugeot apparently for the South American market made a pickup truck version of the 207 called the Hoggar. I have many questions and I have many conflicted feelings about it, but it's this, yeah, it's a thing. I spy a Shiba Inu. Sheep. Hello, sheep. Hello.